Narcissist?
She has been called a narcissist many times.
She's a narcissist.
These two are insane narcissists.
Narcissistic isn't a big enough word.
Meghan Markle is a sociopath.
She is a malignant narcissist. She's also a sociopath.
In the glamorous world of business, where name and fame can sometimes open golden doors, Meghan must have thought that her business journey would be full of roses. However, reality often does not please unprepared dreamers. When stepping from a scandalous life to the business field, perhaps Meghan did not fully realize that fame does not always go hand in hand with her. And sometimes it's the shortcomings in strategy that spark sarcasm from the public. Is it because her pride and overconfidence have caused her to not see the traps that lie ahead? Struggling on the business path, Meghan Markle made a terrible mistake, which will definitely pay the price. Meghan Markle faced embarrassment when it was revealed that her brand name, American Riviera Orchard, is being used by another company to sell anti-monarchy adult coloring books. Meghan's new business, launched in March, intended to market various home and pet products. However, a US-based seller set up a Shopify page selling coloring books, including working-class royalty and financial planners under the same brand name. PR expert Jane Owen criticized Meghan's team for their lack of thorough brand strategy, suggesting legal action and aggressive marketing to address the issue. The coloring bookseller's website, while disclaiming any connection to Meghan, promotes an anti-monarchy stance, celebrating the working class and rejecting royal titles. Honestly, it's clear that what we're seeing is Meghan's limited abilities and enormous delusions. Meghan Markle's failure to thoroughly check and ensure brand ownership before launching shows that she lacks basic knowledge of intellectual property law and brand protection. This is an elementary mistake that any educated businessman will avoid. This incident proves that Meghan and her team do not have a comprehensive and thoughtful brand strategy. A knowledgeable businessman will ensure that every aspect of the brand is protected and developed in a coordinated manner, avoiding embarrassing incidents like this. Honestly, it's too unprofessional in crisis management. Meghan may have been so confident in her fake reputation that she forgot that business requires extensive understanding and practical experience. This leads to wrong decisions and careless moves, reflecting a lack of knowledge and proficiency in the field. In short, Meghan is not qualified and experienced enough to do business. She was always stupid but thought she was very smart. Absolutely hysterical. What a joke. Doesn't matter, this will be used as the reason she backs off with this already failed venture. If she is smart, she will. End this before it's even more of an embarrassing failure. Anyway, it is such an awful name for a brand anyway. Who did they run that name past? Just yes people. It isn't catchy and doesn't roll off the tongue nicely at all. Poor planning. While it is embarrassing for Meghan right now, it could get a lot worse if it turns out the other company got there first and sued her for copyright infringement. So funny. Anyway, all she's done is repackage 50 jars of Aldi jam and give them to some so-called influencers. Businesswoman of the year? She must have employed the Muppets to run her project. How naive is she not to imagine that anyone would ride off the back of it, just as she does herself with other projects. She hasn't got any staff to run the company. It was reported recently that she can't find anyone to employ. Her reputation precedes her and people don't want to work with her. Especially did she copy this name, she has copied many other things, never an original thought. Looks like she caught a cold with this company name. I have just had a really good look at that website and have come to the conclusion it's a huge jab towards M. What they write about titles and something along the lines of, if you do a charitable deed, don't invite a cameraman, and they call for the end of manufactured celebs. All seem aimed at Meghan and Harry. There is no team, no employees, no CEO, just her. So of course she got it wrong. As to buying up the stock of the other company and ordering cease and desist, that will not be possible if the seller's website name is legal. She should have employed an expert and taken advice. But when has she ever done that? A narcissist always knows best. In fact, her brand is never going to get off the ground. It was just an excuse to have something to print on the particular day the British royal family was doing something and was in the press. She does it all the time, only this time she used props, jars of jam and several lemons. Meghan has this problem in that she believes only she knows how to handle situations, and if she has any business partners working for the ARO, they are not able to do their jobs without her demands and commands at the top of their list. At this point in her plan to leave the royal family behind and work to become financially independent, anyone working for her might just figure any consequences of her commands will be on her. They weren't given the freedom to do their jobs as they know how. This assumes she has hired competent people and not just people she thinks will benefit her upward mobility. I think this is a comical consequence of her narcissism. She made her bed and now. So much for ARO. Since she has no products, other than the 50 jars of jam, the losses of this defunct company will be negligible. I look forward to her other impractical idea, a cooking show with her unnatural, totally contrived presentation, announcements about how she makes these dishes in her home for her family. Netflix will likely unload it after a couple of episodes. Apparently, she hasn't learned that trashing the royal family has turned her popularity to zero. This woman can't seem to do anything right. She has made a right mess of everything. Must say it looks good on her. What goes around comes around. It's called karma. The day Meghan launched her Instagram page for ARO, I wanted to take a look at it and I did a search on the name of the brand. I realized that on March 14th, the day she put her 9 rather dull images that feature her logo, another page was created, the same day, called American Riviera Orchard, ARO, with the same very blurry and pale colors you are. In the header, they wrote a big ARO as well as Meghan and Montecito, California, and added a royal crown as a logo. While Meghan's Instagram doesn't add anything, they quickly put beautiful photos with better colors and opened this shop. The woman difficult with that fixed, gurning smile, the eyes that are glazed over, no time for anyone else it sees is beneath it, and willing to sell anything regardless of the damage it could do. Is this going to give her a convenient excuse to not continue with this wonderful business of hers? She can play the victim again with somebody having ruined the good name of it, hence she will be unable to continue as planned. Yes, very convenient. She's not known for sticking to anything, and this project would require some work from her if it were to become successful. Given the timing of the announcement that she was starting this, it was obviously to divert attention away from an award that William was presenting. Rumors online, haven't a clue how accurate they are, as social media really isn't the most accurate source, are that she will be closing this venture down. I'm wondering if she will announce this to coincide with Trooping the Color, or perhaps Garter Day. If not, I wouldn't mind if she came up with something else on one or both of those days. Meghan and Harry's handbags are an absolute joke. All this silence after the rent, a royal trip to Nigeria, is transparent. They are waiting in the wings to pounce as soon as our beloved Princess Catherine makes her comeback. What makes her think she has a brand, as she is an ex-cable TV actress, 2 failed marriages behind her, a family that has been cut out of her life as they are no longer of any use, still one angle it has not used. Never had any intentions with it in the first place, but like her working as a royal, hit the ground running until she stopped in Canada, then California. That's why she had nothing to sell. She has no CEO and probably no staff either, and here's a very naughty one of a tube of Elizabeth Arden cream and a royal. Can't quite make it out. Anyone with a magnifying glass? Meghan is incapable of embarrassment. It's not part of her DNA. If she even acknowledges the issue, she will point her finger at others as being responsible. And certainly, never forget Meghan's caddying days and yacht work. Inappropriate wardrobe and controversy are her trademarks. That's right. Meghan's staff should have realized this before announcing the title of her brand, but didn't really see anything that said an actual product was named this and that it came out prior to hers. Also, Meghan is notorious for trademarking everything, even trying to trademark her first name, so I fail to see how this could have gotten by the grifter. Not one drop of sympathy does that deserve. That stopped after what she did to our late Queen and Prince Philip. You made your bed, etc. The main reason she fails at everything, no attention to the basic details which she clearly believes is someone else's job. What a shocking lack of business acumen. Disaster is now synonymous with Sussex. Plus, when Harry and Meghan arrived in the USA, they were feted, applauded, asked to make public speeches, given multi-million-dollar contracts, book deals, numerous TV interviews, and don't get me started on the faux awards, all on the back of their titles with no talent, experience, or skills. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. And I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.